Okay. I had to open the garage door. Gasoline fumes. It's going to be a bit noisier now because of traffic, especially this time of day. Turns out I did have to pull the entire carburetor and its linkage to the engine off. And the problem was I could get to this front bolt easily enough. One behind up against the engine. There was just no way to sneak a wrench in there, pliers, anything. I could get to the Phillips head bolt easy enough, but the nut, even though it's a pen nut, it's got a toothed lock washer on it. It was just spinning. So there was really no way to get, no easy way anyway to get this removed, get this carburetor off without taking this whole piece out, which turned out not to be a big deal. These two bolts are not terribly tightened, which is sort of curious that they may have been. The gasket there does seem to be intact. I would like to have a brand new one since I'm into it anyway, but I think the one that's there will seal just fine, especially if I put a little goop on it. I'm going to take this off. Nothing wrong with it. Clean it up a little bit. Just take this off. Sorry, I know this. I keep going out of camera. This is what I'm interested in, the carburetor. This needs to be pulled apart and serviced, cleaned. And there is definitely evidence of some gum, grind, crap on it. Clean the jets and everything. And as I said, before I do that, I'm just going to take this off to make things easier. I just cut the fuel line off, which went on here, and I see it is in fairly poor condition. The other end of it is right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fish through a new fuel line using the existing one, hopefully. I'm not sure exactly how that snakes through there. I really don't want to have to take off the recoiler if I don't have to. I might have to get on it. But I've got the fuel line pinched off. There is fuel still in the tank. I did not drain it. My question is, how... am I going to be able to pull this? Nope. There's a clamp. Back on it. And there's no way I'm not replacing this fuel line. There's something... I'm not going to be able to just thread the new one through. Crap. So that means pulling the recoiler. I don't want to have to do that. Let me back up on this. Sorry for this. Oh, it's already backed up as far as it'll go for now. This camera. Get what you pay for, right? So, daggone it. I really only wanted to do a carb rebuild, a real quick fuel line replacement, but that's just not happening. Do what first? Well, since I'm already out here, just for, I can rebuild the car, do that indoors, which I probably will anyway. I'm going to go ahead and pull the damn recoiler so I can get to whatever it is that's clamping the fuel line from the if you go tank to the carburetor ball. And at the same time, maybe get to this too. This is the line to this primer pump. You know what? Now that I think of it, just in case. There it is. Scratch this armature. Just so I know, because this has, yeah, just so I know where that goes in case it falls out. Yeah, same with this one. Point to it. So there can be no mistake. That goes there. Okay, so do the work of pulling the recoiler, which means I'm going to have to disconnect some other things. Rub on it. Not ever easy. We're just holding this really. If I just pull that through, how am I ever going to thread the new one? Yeah, something's got a hold of it. Damn it. Alright. Easy. Alright, first thing, am I going to be able to the electrics? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Not very tight anyway. Jeez. This is the outlet or inlet where you connect the cord, the electric cord to start it from 120 volt AC, and the push button start switch also mounted to the recoiler. Pull that off, make those fasteners can stay put. Yeah, it's kind of loose. I don't know where they go. Up they come. Okay. So that's out of the way. The easier way to just be to pull this whole assembly slop. Because I don't see any easy way of disconnecting this ignition cutoff lead. Yeah, easier just to take those out and pull this throttle bracket off of here. And if this linkage comes apart, who cares? I already marked it. Then I'll be able to see. I need this recoiler off of here. I'm stepping on the carburetor. Be good. They don't like it when you step on it. you're going to need a ratchet for this. Oh, it's probably 7/16. Yep. There's a bigger one's down the bottom, 7/16. My gloves on, but it's really not that cold out here right now. I'm reading 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad at all. I didn't have some of this daggone snow. Alright, so I'm going to have to start getting these fasteners because these are different than those, and those are different than these. Oh, I sure hope there ain't none hidden behind this fuel tank. I don't think there are. I don't see any. There's one here easy to get to. Same size as that last one. Also, their hex heads, what did I say, 7/16? Yep. And, but they also have Torx heads out of them. And for some reason, I don't know why, because you really shouldn't fit the length of this. This is too small of a, this is a T30. That's too small for that. But 7/16 hex fits it. Just okay, those two are out. Get these two on the top. Those are probably half. I hate to separate those too much. It's pretty obvious the difference in size. So, the recoiler is loose. Okay, so, I'm going to just, I'll pull this throttle assembly off of it. It's easy enough. Find out loud. Use a regular nut spinner. That. Yeah. Do it into my hand. Neospore and bacitracin, best stuff in the world. So let's cut loose. Just let that sort of dangle. And it's good to have this off anyway, and I can do an inspection of other things I may have missed. Now for these two fasteners, I'm going to put them in a bit. Rather than set them aside though. I'll know what they're for. Those two, obviously. I know where that one is. Yep. Let's see, that's this one. Self-tapping sheet metal. Not chlorine, but put them in there just so I don't forget. And I've already injured myself. I'm going to go ahead and put this on me. Which I should have already done. Pardon the delay. Not that gasoline is the best antiseptic in the world. Alright, so that should free up. And here's the hose for the primer. What's keeping this? Might have to shift gears to get that leakage out of the way. Let's try it now. Beautiful. One recoiler removed. Gee, I don't see anything wrong with this at all. Oh, there's something. Something with this primer. That could be a wear spot or something. Hard to tell. Otherwise, it looks okay. Now, I don't see any cracks or troubles with the pump here. Anyway, I'll get into that later. Right now, the reason for pulling the recoiler was primarily to get to the fuel line and find out why. Oh, that's why. Jeez whiz. Look at this thing all tangled up. Oh, there is a clamp. There is a clamp. Hey, down. Thanks, guys. I can get a hose through there without removing this whole assembly, but good Lord, there's no way to fish that through there without taking the recoiler off. With this engine, there's just no way there to see where it goes. Boy, howdy do they have it closed in there. Why? Oh, good idea to stop this, perhaps get a bit closer view of what it is I'm talking about. See it? Okay. Sorry about the view. I'm holding this in one hand. There's the end of the fuel line as it exists. And they've got this thing sort of cramped, shoved into tight quarters. You can see it's right up against the heatsink of the cylinder. the fuel line, okay, comes through. Don't think you can see it there. Let's see. Maybe if I try to focus, there's where it, right down to there. You can see it coming out from around the cylinder, the bottom of the cylinder, but coming out of the cylinder and heading over towards the fuel tank. That's this here. From underneath, you can see I've got it pinched with vice grips. Just the tank's got fuel in it, and that's what I'm trying to replace. I'm not at all happy with the way they routed this, being so close to the fuel line as it is, or on the fuel line, being so close to the hot cylinder fins as it is. I mean, there it is. You know, fish. There's one end of it. There's the loose end that goes to the carburetor. Center screen right now. Fishes through behind the flywheel, pinned up against the fins, and coming out the other side. There. See the yellow numbers on it, center screen, and turning up into the fuel tank. Oh, good Lord. But that's how they had it. That's how I'm going to put it. I've got replacement line, and that's what's going to go in there. I'll do that. I'll not bore you with the process. It's just a matter of pulling the old one out and stuffing the new one in. If there are any gotchas about that, I'll surely let you know. See you.